Welcome to this short legal geopolitics briefing. In the next 7 minutes, we will explore why the operation to capture Nicolás Maduro, Venezuela's sitting president, amounts to a serious breach of international law. Let's break it down step by step. First, a few words about me. My name is Adrian Corobana. I'm a lawyer and I hold a PhD in public international law. My work focuses on international sanctions, the responsibility of states, and the limits of enforcement under international law. Let's start with some legal context. In 2002, the International Court of Justice ruled in the arrest warrant case that sitting foreign ministers enjoy full immunity from criminal jurisdiction before foreign national courts. This immunity isn't about the individual, it's about protecting the sovereignty and functioning of the state itself. Now, let's see what the UN Charter says. Article 2, paragraph 4 of the United Nations Charter strictly prohibits the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state. This is one of the clearest and most binding rules in modern international law. Another important principle in international law is the principle of non-intervention. This means that a state cannot exercise enforcement jurisdiction on another state's territory without valid consent. So, any military or special operations used to abduct a president is equal with an unlawful interference in sovereign affairs. The last important rule in our legal analysis is the inviolability of sitting presidents. This means that a sitting head of state is protected against any form of physical constraint or coercive detention by another state. The immunities from criminal and civil liability of heads of state and senior government officials are set out in customary international law, not treaties or conventions. In the case concerning the arrest warrant, Democratic Republic of the Congo versus Belgium, the International Court of Justice reaffirmed the principle of immunity of the head of state and other high officials. The court stated, in international law, it is firmly established that certain holders of high-ranking offices, such as the head of state, head of government, and minister of foreign affairs, enjoy immunities from jurisdiction in other states, both civil and criminal. Now, let's apply all these rules to Maduro's case. Maduro was a sitting head of state when the US announced planned capture operations. So, a cross-border force operation to seize a sitting president is unlawful. Why? Because it breaches UN Charter Article 2, Paragraph 4, it breaches territorial sovereignty, political independence, non-intervention principle, and the inviolability of head of states. It is important to understand that immunity is not impunity. Accountability is possible, but only through lawful forums. For example, international tribunals with jurisdiction based on state consent, and I outline state consent. UN Security Council measures are another example, and of course, domestic jurisdiction is another example. So, international law does not permit a state acting at the same time as a judge, a police officer, or a military enforcer on another state's territory. That is not law enforcement. That is unilateral coercion. In conclusion, the operation to capture Nicolás Maduro involves serious breaches of public international law. Unfortunately, it's yet another blow to the fragile foundations of the international legal order, removing one more brick from the wall that's supposed to hold global legality together. That's all for today. If you want more structured briefings on law, global justice, and political risk, subscribe and follow. Please stay informed, stay sharp.